Hello, year one. You're back with me, and we are going to go through our lovely English for today. So let's get cracking. I hope you had a lovely weekend and you are back ready for your remote learning. Okay, so here is our English lesson for today, and it is Monday, the 11th of January, all day, and we're going to have another fantastic day in year one. And you'll be very, very happy to know, year one, that today we're not doing any writing. Yes. Okay, let's see what we're doing instead then. So it says, our learning intention is to use drama to understand the story of Goldilocks and the Three Bears. So we're going to be using drama. That's our key word today. So have a little think about what that might mean. And we're going to go through that in our discussion question next. But first, let's start with our English starter. And it says, revisit your text maps. So I want you to find your text map that you made for me last week. I found mine, here it is. And I want you to find yours. Can you act out the story using some simple actions? So look at the pictures, think about what they stand for, think about what they mean, and let's start to act it out, okay? I'll start, and then you guys could maybe come up with some of your own actions. That would be fantastic. And if you wanted to, you could always film yourself acting it out and send it in to the Elm and Beach email address. Mrs. Brandt and I would love to see you acting out the story. So it says here, what could we use for Once Upon a Time? That's a great one. So my story starts here with Once Upon a Time. So I'm going to do Once Upon a Time, opening of a book. How are you going to start yours? Have a little think. Show me some of your actions. Then we've got three. I'm going to do this for bears. Bears. How are you going to act out the bears? And then there's going to be a girl called Goldilocks, and I'm going to have long Goldilocks hair. How are you going to act out Goldilocks? So carry on, have a little look through your text map and revisit it. How could you act out the remaining parts? How could you act out the porridge bowls? How could you act out it being too salty or too sweet? Keep reading through your text map and acting it out, coming up with some lovely actions for me. Remember, you can pause the video at any time. Once you've done that, you can then click play. Okay, so today we're going to be using some drama. Now we've spoken about drama before, and we've definitely used it lots and lots in school, because it's one of the ways in our Talk for Writing how we learn the text really, really well. So it says, today we're going to be completing some drama activities. But what does that word drama mean? Have a little think. Maybe discuss it with a person at home. What do you think that word drama means? I've given you some clues here with these masks and the curtain. What do you think drama could mean? Okay, fabulous. So drama is where you are acting it out, or you are maybe pretending to be someone that you are not. So today we're going to pretend to be some characters from Goldilocks and the Three Bears, and we're going to be acting it out. Now, there is always a little contract when it comes with drama. So drama stands for developing your ideas collaboratively. Now that is a humongous word, but what it means is working together. So work together with the people at home, maybe. It says for the R, remember to give it a try. You can do it. I know drama might not be up some people's street, but that is absolutely fine. Give it a good go. You might really, really love it. The A stands for always respect others. And that's a really important thing. If we were at school, we would sit beautifully and we would listen to each other. We'd share our ideas. For the M, make sure you are loud and clear when speaking. Okay, don't start mumbling and talking like this. Talk loud and clear. Perfect. And always use the space you're in safely and sensibly. So the first activity we're going to do is called hot seating. Okay, so I want you to imagine now that you are no longer a pupil at Greenridge Primary Academy. Okay, I want you to imagine that you are Goldilocks. Even if you're a boy, you are Goldilocks. Okay, so now you are sat there in your chair looking at me and you are Goldilocks. And I'm going to ask you some questions. Okay, and I want you to pretend that you are Goldilocks. How are you going to respond? Okay, the first question for you then, Goldilocks, is why did you go into the three bears' house? So remember to pause the video. Think about your answer. Remember, you are no longer a pupil at Greenridge. You are Goldilocks. How are you going to respond to that question? What would Goldilocks say? Remember our drama? You are acting. You are pretending to be Goldilocks. Give it a go. Okay, well, I'm now going to pretend to be Goldilocks and I'm going to answer that very question. Okay, so if somebody asked me why I went into the three bears house, I would say, well, I was walking around in the forest and I was a little bit lost. I didn't know where to go. I knocked on the door for help, but nobody answered, but the door was open. So I just walked in. Okay, can you see how I was pretending to be Goldilocks? Perfect. Right, let's ask you another question then, Goldilocks. Remember, you're not a pupil anymore, you are Goldilocks. How did you feel, Goldilocks, when you woke up in Baby Bear's bed and you saw the three bears standing in front of you? Okay, I'm going to answer it now as if I was Goldilocks. Well, I was absolutely petrified. What a good word. I didn't know what to do. I was so scared. I thought, because bears are quite angry, big animals, I thought they were going to eat me, so I just had to run away immediately. What was your answer? Was it similar to mine? Okay, we're going to switch now, and what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to think of some questions that you would like to ask Goldilocks. Maybe you could write them down. What would you ask Goldilocks? Maybe you've got a question for the three bears. What would you like to ask them? Maybe you could repeat that activity now with the people at home and pretend to be one of the bears. You could pretend to be Daddy Bear and you could be all grumpy about somebody eating your porridge. Or you could pretend to be Mummy Bear or Baby Bear. Once you've tried out some of the hot seating, we're now going to move on to our next activity. Now, our next activity is called freeze framing. Okay, now freeze framing is where you have to freeze in a position and show me your emotion, how you're feeling. We have to show what was happening in the story. So there's an example on the board there, and it says, show me how you would look if you saw three bears when you woke up. So you might be petrified. You might cover your eyes because you don't want to see it anymore. Or you might run away straight away. Okay, so we're going to have some freeze frames now. So I'm going to give you some situations, and what you have to do is show me how you would respond. But remember, it's a freeze frame, so you are not allowed to move. Okay, here we go. Here's the first one. I want you to imagine that you are now Goldilocks. Show me your face when you took the first spoon and it was too salty. What's your face going to do when something is too salty? Show me. Okay, those are some great reactions. You could be going like this. You could be trying to get it off your tongue. Or you might be feeling a little bit ill. Superb. Okay, now I want you to imagine that you are one of the bears, and I want you to show me how you would react when you saw Goldilocks in your bed. Okay, good. Well, if you're Daddy Bear, you might be. If you're Mummy Bear, you might be. And if you were Baby Bear, you might be, because Baby Bear was getting quite upset. So maybe you could have a little play around now with the people at home, showing me some freeze frames from the story. You could freeze eating from one of the bowls of porridge. You could freeze on the chair, one of the chairs, or you could freeze being one of the bears. Have a go with some freeze frames at home as well. Excellent. So now we're moving on to our main activity today. What I'd like you to do is I'd like to act out the story of Goldilocks and the Three Bears. So I'd love you to do this creatively. Maybe you could make some finger puppets of the bears and you could act it out using your fingers as the characters. You could have Goldilocks coming in and then the Three Bears. That would be fantastic. Or you could make some masks and you could be the characters. Maybe you could even get some of your family members involved at home. That would be really superb. You could even create a mini movie or use props like teddy bears to be the Three Bears and bowls for the porridge and chairs, things like that. Okay. And what we'd love for you to do is video it, take pictures, send it into the Elm and Beach email accounts. That would be superb. Can't wait to see what you create. I know how creative you guys are in year one, so that would be really, really fantastic. I hope you enjoy.